Well, I think for me, one of the biggest struggles, whenever I would talk about prayer with people, whether it was in a Sunday morning setting to the congregation or whether it was in a small group setting, people feel incredible guilt about their prayer life. They don't pray enough, or they mean to have a devotional time, a half hour every morning or an hour every evening, and they get started. It's kind of like the New Year's resolution. You get started, and the first 3 days are great, but by the fourth day, you're not exercising, you're not doing any of that stuff. And so I think a lot of people have guilt about their prayer life, and they think, the Lord's probably pretty disappointed with my prayer life. Maybe, mostly mad and disappointed when he thinks of my prayer life. And so the thing that I would want to share with people that I just have a limited amount of time is that God is ecstatic. He rejoices when we take time to pray. He is excited when we stop. The King of Glory is excited when I raise my attention to Him, no matter how brief that is. And so I just encourage people to not get discouraged and count up all the times we haven't prayed or how many times we meant to have devotions and we didn't do it, but to just press in and keep on trying to develop a deeper life of prayer, a deeper relationship with God. And sometimes we think of prayer as work, but if we would use the picture of a relationship, I don't think of it as work to get to know my wife. When we were getting to know one another, dating, it wasn't work. I was excited to get to know her. I was excited to ask her questions and to listen to her answers. And that's really, if we can think of our relationship with God, He's excited that we come to Him and ask Him questions, that He's excited when you have these difficult things, like, you read scriptures and you don't understand how God could allow September 11th. It doesn't upset Him when you come to Him and say, how could this happen? What's going on? He rejoices that we come to Him and spend time sharing our thoughts, our problems, our struggles, theologically or otherwise with Him. And so I would just encourage people to continue to develop that life of prayer, to not give in. It is just so easy to condemn ourselves because we're not doing or feeling very strong in that area, and say, what, the truth is we all suffer from that. It can be difficult at times to pray to this invisible God, and when we're not seeing answers. Certainly when we pray and we have those miraculous answers that we just know we're exactly God, and that energizes us to pray. And I think that's one of the reasons why praying in a group, whether it's a small group that gathers in a home and prays together, I think that's one of the things that energizes our prayer lives, is that we hear our friends have answered prayer requests, and then that spurs us on to go spend more time with the Lord and lifting up both our needs and getting to know Him at the same time.